Hello, today's topic of discussion is the three anatomical planes of movement. The coronal plane, which is parallel with our shoulders and our body being able to move side to side within that range of motion. The sagittal plane, which is kind of like a wheel moving, that would be our forward and backward type of movement. And then the transverse plane, which is parallel with the ground, perpendicular to our spine, which gives us the side to side lateral twisting movement. Why is it important for the human body to be able to move within these planes of movement? Because without that type of mobility, we lose the range of motion, and when it comes time that we try to move in an awkward position, we are not necessarily strong or flexible in those areas, and we end up injuring our body. And that could be an injury to the spine or to the other joints of the body. So the solution is to find exercise methods that help you to move within those three anatomical planes. So to give you an example of one such exercise, this is a moving qigong exercise or a moving breathing exercise. I would be beginning with my body being in this position so as to get the side to side movement. From there I can get the twisting movement of the spine, and I can also get the forward and backward movement by my spine being arched and then rounded as I cycle through the movement. So my feet are pushing my hips side to side, my torso is twisting, spine laterally, and then my arm is moving also in that coronal front plane. So if I'm trying to move the body within that range, it is going to occupy a lot more of my thought, trying to make the body move in that coordinated manner. So again, I have the side-to-side motion with my feet pushing my hips directing my torso, my arm expressing the movement at the end. The side-to-side movement is the feet. The forward and backward movement is the spine as it arches and rounds. The transverse movement is the spine and the core twisting from side to side. So that's one example of moving the body within the three anatomical planes. Another way to get there would be to do this type of exercise where I'm going to move forward and backward. This would be what's called in martial arts a bow stance. We're shifting the weight from the forward leg to the weight being on the back leg. So that gets us that sagittal plane of going forward and backward. To get the twist, the transverse plane, again, my torso twists. My hips shift back and forth in that sagittal plane. My torso twists, transverse plane. My arm is fairly parallel or perpendicular to the ground as I'm doing the movement. That part of the movement is moving in the coronal plane. So three planes of existence: the hips back and forth, the spine twisting side to side, the arms circling on the front plane. So that again is another example of moving the body within those three planes. Why is this such an important factor? Because oftentimes we don't move. We don't move our body side to side with the legs. We don't move the hip, twisting it out, twisting it in. We get so used to just doing this frontal type movement with running or walking or swimming that we lose a lot of the range of motion going side to side. Our arms, it's the same way. If we're doing a lot of running movement or even swimming, our shoulders only moving pretty much in the one direction. But if we can start to do exercises where we twist and turn the wrists, turn the forearm, turn the shoulder, we start to get the whole body engaged. So with one exercise, I can be moving within the three anatomical planes. This is more of a stationary position where I would hold here by putting pressure on the feet into the ground, stabilizing with the hips, twisting with the spine, reaching with the arms and shoulders. So that's the lesson for today, is how to have increased mobility and the importance of that mobility within the three anatomical planes. Take care and be well.